What are y'all on about? It's the Riordan verse? When this comment was made on a video where I was talking about how the Percy Jackson universe is called the Percy Jackson universe because Percy Jackson is the most powerful demigod in that universe and because he's the main character of like a lot of the books. And I had some wackadoodles in the comments saying that it's called the Riordan verse, not the Percy Jackson universe. What are you on about, Riordan verse? Okay, obviously I'm just kidding, guys. Yes, it is called the Riordan verse, but I think I need to specify what Riordan verse means because there's different terms that we need to understand here. Guys, if you're talking about the Riordan verse, you're talking about all of the interconnected books that Rick Riordan has written. We're talking Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Heroes of Olympus, Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, the Kane Chronicles, and the Trials of Apollo, along with all those smaller books that he wrote outside of those series like Camp Half-Blood Confidential, Camp Jupiter Classified, Demigod Files, Demigod Diaries, Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, Percy Jackson's Greek Heroes. Like, he's written a lot of books outside the main series, but all these books that he's written are in the Riordan verse. And then there's something called the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. And as I understand it, those are just Percy Jackson and the Olympians books, Heroes of Olympus books, and the Trials of Apollo books because they all take place kind of at Camp Half-Blood. Like, Heroes of Olympus really isn't at Camp Half-Blood that much. Neither is Trials of Apollo. The only one that's mainly at Camp Half-Blood is Percy Jackson. But in all three of these series, they visit Camp Half-Blood at least some point during the series. So those three are called the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. However, guys, I'm here to tell you the word Riordan verse and the phrase Percy Jackson universe are interchangeable. Because you know why? Percy Jackson is like the only character that remains consistent through all these series. Actually, I take that back. He and Annabeth both appear in all the series. Let me explain. They're both obviously in the Percy Jackson series. They're both on Heroes of Olympus. They both appear in Trials of Apollo, although Annabeth is in it for like less than a fourth of a chapter in Trials of Apollo in the entire book series, so it's not that much. Annabeth and Percy also both appear in the Magnus Chase series, and both of them don't directly appear in the Kane Chronicles series, but they appear in the Demigods and Magicians stories that are like crossovers with Carter and Sadie Kane. So they're still in that in like the Kane Chronicles universe kind of. And since Annabeth Chase doesn't have anything named after her, then you're left with Percy Jackson. So what do you call all of the series? The Percy Jackson universe. Like I said, you can either say Percy Jackson universe or Riordan verse. It's the same thing. Just don't come after me in the comments about it because literally they are the exact same thing.